Welcome, all our friends, to a majestic story about the might of the Green Lanterns. Everything starts on planet Tuloa, where an anonymous member of the Green Lantern Corps is being brutally attacked and perished by an unknown solar flare character known as the Shadow Demons. Her ring makes its way back to their academy. The Guardians of the Universe call out for an immediate meeting and gather the entire clan of Green Lanterns, who are specialized intergalactic peacekeepers empowered by the green energy of willpower. The assembly was announced in order to alert the clan regarding a major threat that has been targeting them. The Guardians of the Universe reveal that the brutal attack by the Shadow Demons was instituted by Krona, a powerful and ancient supervillain made out of antimatter who was demolished years ago due to his horrendous actions, but has reconstituted back to seek vengeance. Krona now has the Shadow Demons under his control, plans to cause chaos and destruction in the universe. Thus, in response, the Guardians of the Universe take precautionary measures to safeguard their chronicles and valuables, including the central battery, and begins to evacuate the powerful machine. Before the battery is removed, all the Green Lanterns line up in order to charge their power rings. Amidst the line is a newly recruited member named Arisia, who doubts her willpower and lacks faith in her abilities. Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, who is our favorite one, obviously discloses the story of a few Green Lantern heroic moments in order to boost up and sustain Arisia. The first story he shares is about Avra, one of the very first Green Lanterns. Avra, along with 3 other members, are selected by the first 4 power rings that had been created by the Guardians of the Universe. Despite of not being a warrior, the 4 comrades are entrusted with a task of defeating the Dominators, a powerful and technologically advanced alien race. Upon witnessing the mighty and numerous forces of Dominions, the 4 allies try to wage war against them, but nevertheless, the opposition forces are irreplaceably powerful. One of the allies, Blue, is killed mercilessly by the Dominators. Upon her death, the other 2 members give up hope on the fact that they could not gain victory, and death is the only hope of escape. Avra does not let the misleading and hopeless thoughts conquer over him. Instead, he rises up, and with intriguing willpower, which is the main strength of the Green Lanterns, he is able to create his first ring construct, a sword, taking Avra's lead. The other 2 lanterns use their power rings to create shapes in order to win the conflict by demolishing the Dominators completely. Passing down from Avra, many of the Green Lanterns were trained under his supervision. Once the story of Avra has been narrated, Hal Jordan recharges his power ring, and so does Arisia. Hal then continues to narrate another heroic story of Kilowog, who is the present Green Lantern Corps head drill sergeant, and informs Arisia not to fear him. Kilowog and 3 of his inmates were trained under Sergeant Deegan, who provokes them to face tough, deadly situations through their own manpower and ability, and thus detaches their rings. Overcoming those vulnerable circumstances at the edge of an active volcano and on menacing sand dunes, Kilowog is furious on the sergeant for not respecting the lives of his fellow trainees, and accuses him of being heartless. Deegan ignores Kilowog's accusations and mentions that it is his way. Not long, Deegan receives an order from his higher officials that a nearby planet has been attacked by an alien race called the Cahuns, and Deegan and his recruits were asked to defend the planet. The latter gives back the power rings to the respective owners and march forward to fight against the Cahuns. Upon arrival, the planet is seen to be in total devastation. With over many opposition army clans, Deegan left Kilowog in charge of the other recruits, instructing them to defend the refugees while he attacked the invaders. Fighting against the attackers, Deegan is brutally injured and almost fatal. Kilowog witnesses this and perishes the enemy army with no remains left. Before dying, the latter disclosed that he was doing what was best for the rookies, and he never would have let his rookies die. Deegan delegated authority to Kilowog, who accomplished the mission of saving the planet. Coming back to reality, Arisia is stunned by the mighty heroic deeds of the Green Lanterns that were narrated to her. She Hal Jordan and the other Lanterns move towards the Sun's headquarters in order to assure any upcoming threat. There, they meet Lara, a fierce and rather a much fearless Lantern. Hal Jordan shares the courageous story of Lara to Arisia. Lara was once the princess of her home world, Jade. After being recruited as a Green Lantern, she was delegated on a solo mission back to her home world, where her people were attacking other nations and causing chaos. On approach, she is being encountered by her father's mistress, who tries to attack Lara. She overcomes her stepmother with ease and moves further into the palace. There she is being attacked by her belittling brother, who considered Lara as an obstacle to their plans. Defeating him, Lara charges to her father's room, where she visions a picture of herself and her dad, a memory of her childhood. She then sees her father on the edge of the bed and questions him with regard to the massacre and attacks on the other nations. To her shock and utmost dismay, she learns that her father was the real mastermind behind all those horrendous attacks, and all the recent war crimes were his own decisions. All these acts were a result of an incident that had occurred in the past, when the Kingdom of Jade was being attacked by some unknown forces. One of the Green Lanterns had come to their rescue. Regardless of saving the kingdom, he loses his life in the process of war. The ring in his hand teleports and seeks for a suitable person, and Lara is chosen. This enrages her father, and he is driven with jealousy as the ring had chosen his daughter instead of him. Lara, who had now confronted her father, is committed to serving justice with her unwavering determination. Lara's father forces her to give the ring back to him, to which she refuses and has to combat him. After a heavy brawl, she overcomes him and accuses him of being heartless and worthless. Upon defeat, her father admits that she has earned her adulthood, and in order to safeguard his honor and dignity, he commits ritual suicide. He claims that she was the true protector of Jade, and not him, and dies in the arms of sobbing Lara. She then takes charge of the nation's forces and guides them in the right way and returns back to the Lantern's destination. Back at the Sun's Border Patrol, each and every Green Lantern member have been gathered in order to wait for the return of Krona. Arisia overhears the Corps conversing about a Lantern named Mogo, who seems to be missing from the crowd. On inquiry, she is informed that Mogo does not socialize, and the story of Mogo is definitely a tale that she should not miss indeed. Arisia requests Hal to reveal the latter's story, and he does so. The belligerent warrior named Bolfunga intends to fight and destroy all of the universe's most formidable warriors. Conquesting his latest opponent, and before demolishing him, the latter informs him that he could destroy anyone except the mighty Mogo. Aroused by the tale of Mogo, Bolfunga seeks to find Mogo and destroy him, and thus will become the most powerful person. He investigates the whereabouts of Mogo and finds a clue regarding a mysterious planet that may consist of an association to Mogo. Bolfunga, along with his troops, launches their weapons and forces on the planet and call out for Mogo. Mogo doesn't appear, and the unrelenting Bolfunga spends weeks of tracing the power signatures of Mogo, but all his efforts were in vain. The Lantern could not be tracked. Distraught by his failing attempts, he decides to set explosives all over the planet in order to flush Mogo out. The bombs explode all over the planet, and Bolfunga grins triumphantly. But to his extreme astonishment, it turns out to be that Mogo is the entire planet itself, and it extinguishes all of the embedded explosives and destroys Bolfunga and his troops. Narrating the story of Mogo, Hal and Arisia reach at the Sun's borders. Unexpectedly, they are attacked by the Shadow Demons. They fight their way against the demons, and luckily, they are rescued by Sinestro and the other Green Lantern casts. He opens up of a long-narrated prophecy that speaks about the destruction of the story of Sinestro and his mate, Abin Sur, is being revealed to Arisia. Abin Sur, the predecessor of Hal Jordan, fights face-to-face with a criminal alien creature named Atrocitus. Atrocitus possesses the power of speaking dark prophecies. Whilst battling the sinister alien, Sinestro, a very good pal of Abin Sur, accompanies him, and both the Lanterns succeed in capturing Atrocitus. and gaining victory over him. The two heroes discuss regarding the dark prophecies that have been spoken by Atrocitus, but Sinestro insists that he does not possess belief in destiny. Parting ways, Ab and Sur transport the criminal to a prison planet, where Atrocitus warns Ab and Sur of his impending demise as per his prophecy. He also tells Ab and Sur that Sinestro would rise up against the Green Lantern Corps and establish his own Lantern Corps based on fear. And this betrayal by Sinestro would cause great chaos amongst the Guardians and Green Lanterns. Ab and Sur, on the other hand, refuses to believe his comrade would forsake his Green Lantern duties and betray his own clan. Locking the alien up in the prison, Ab and Sur departs. Back at the base, the Green Lantern receives an emergency call notifying them that the major swirls have been arising from the sun. All the lanterns charge towards the sun, and a gigantic figure emerges from within the sun. It is none other than the villainous Krona. He releases thousands of shadow demons to attack the lanterns, and a mighty conflict takes place between the two parties. To face the daunting adversary, the lanterns band together, combining their own powers and skills. They use the power of their rings to build wondrous structures and fight an epic battle against Krona's forces. Most of the lanterns are brutally injured, but they do not give up on war. It is Arisia who devises a strategy. If Krona is comprised of antimatter, then undoubtedly an equal or greater amount of matter will destroy him on contact. The lanterns agree to her suggestion and dart towards Planet Oa in order to push it towards Krona. The Green Lanterns attack Krona from behind with the Planet Oa. Krona deploys more shadow demons to fight back, leaving the Corps stymied and taking casualties. However, to their great luck, Mogo, the living planet, appears in style and utilizes his own mass and lantern power to aid his allies. Oa and Krona are thrown into the sun and are both obliterated. The prophecy of destruction is realized, but Krona is destroyed and the Corps is rescued. The lanterns are overjoyed at their massive victory. Mogo offers to serve as the Corps' temporary base while they construct a new planet as Oa. Arisia is recognized with an official entry into the Book of Oa for her bravery and master plan, but she must still report for Kilowog's instruction. The Green Lanterns, with the hearts full of determination, head over in order to create a new home for them. In the brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. The sun will rise no more, and darkness will prevail, when the age of men comes crashing down, but it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, people of honor, for we are the mighty Green Lantern. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.